today's vlog is going to be a bit of a flashback catch-up episode. We haven't made a vlog in a few weeks. We've been a bit absent from YouTube recently, down to various things happening in our lives and weather. We've been down to visit parents here and there around the UK and had friends to stay. So we thought we would just do a bit of a recap video of what happened over the last few weeks. Rosa went down to visit her parents, so I stayed here to do the milking. Rosa? So Rosa and I are in the market garden today. We're still carrying on with the job of putting the garden to sleep for winter. So we're covering up plots with tarps today and just taking out any of the last crop residue. And as you can see, we've moved the hens into our polytunnel. And so this has been a great move, we think, to help us build soil, but I'll talk more about that on another vlog. But they're loving it in here with their chickshaw. So without further ado, we'll get on with, is it further ado? Further ado. Ado. Yeah. Is it really? Yeah. Do? Okay, without
much ado about nothing.
Alright, without further ado, we'll get on with today's vlog. I hope you enjoy this one, and we'll see you at the end.
Bye. Oh, and it's rain.
You know. Good morning, folks. Hope everyone's doing well. It's a bit of a rainy day here in northeast Scotland. And Rosa and I are out doing our morning chores. It's time already that we move to the chickshaw and the chickshaw hens onto a new plot in the market garden. We need to move the geese. They've exhausted their grass in our silver pasture system, and the goats as well. They need a new bit of grazing. So animal moves, goats, geese and hens. Rosa's just in the milking parlour with Mandy milking her, and she'll have P to still milk. And I'm just trying to wait and see if this rain shower passes, but otherwise I've got to go and let the hens out of the chickshaw, and I'm going to just really quickly take down this electric netting and move it to another plot in the market garden and move the chickshaw once the rain has passed. So like all best made plans, some of them don't go to plan. Just realised that our chosen plot, which is plot 1 of the market garden here behind me, is not quite ready to receive the hens. It's amazing how you can sit in bed at night and go, you know what, I know where we're going to put the hens tomorrow, and then forget one little thing, that we've still got landscape fabric down here. And we don't want the hens on the landscape fabric, because after a while I think they'll probably start impacting the fabric, scratching it up with their claws, and we've kept some of these fabric pieces for over 4 years. We don't want to ruin them now, so I'm gonna have to quickly roll these up. They've all got hundreds of pins in them, but I'm just gonna pull them up very quickly with the pins still intact and chuck them in the polytunnel, and I'll sort that out later today. But we've chosen this plot because there's actually still quite a bit of crop residue in here for the hens to enjoy. We've got our last salad bed behind me there, which is a bit too tough and full of autumnal leaves from the trees around us to harvest for ourselves now, so happy to give that to the hens. Lots of annual weeds that were growing underneath the shade of our pea crops and broad bean crops and some kohlrabi, so a really nice plot for the hens to be able to feed on whilst they're also doing their fantastic work at fertilizing and pest controlling this old plot. So anyway, better get on with it, get rid of this fabric, and then maybe Rosa will be back from milking to help me try and put up the the netting and move the chickshaw over. Okay, Rosa's come and saved my life by helping me with that. So that's all pretty much up now. I think we've moved enough to give them the bed space without them ruining the fabric.
We've got a good border of landscape fabric as well, just to be able to put the fence in, because that really helps with the current.
So I think next thing we're going to do, we're going to move the hens now. Going to move a bit of wood that's in our way. Actually, we're going to move quite a few objects that are in our way, unfortunately. We've got to move that wood, we've got to move that tarp.
Shoot. Yeah.
Okay, it's one of those mornings. It's not running smoothly, but at least it's not raining. I'd have liked to have had my breakfast, but you know, can't complain. Alright, that's us managed to get the chickshaw from the plot over here to this old salad plot. That was pretty tough work, but mostly because we had quite a few obstacles that again we hadn't quite planned for, or personally I remembered but should have done. So we had to squeeze past a willow tree which was kind of in our way, but we've just got to try and get the fence up now so we can get these hens out as quick as we can. I think that should be slightly entitled "How Not to Put Up an Electric Fence for Your Poultry System," because I think most things that could have gone wrong went wrong there, but it's because we were rushing. But it's done.
Yep.
Alright, that's that done. So I've still got to go and let the geese out. Rosa's got to move the goats up to the north field, and gotta have some breakfast.
I think the thing is that it feels really right to have animals in a system. You had the cows here before it was even a market garden. Never had animals in our vegetable system, and that's a kind of weird void that's not normally there. You would normally have an animal. I mean, we've got snails and slugs and bees
Wild
and
birds
flies and birds, and yeah, to see these guys scratching about, eating some of the snails, it feels quite natural. As natural as like a very bred chicken in an electric net in a market garden can feel.
I think one of the most enjoyable things about having animal systems that we rotate is the enjoyment that comes from seeing them being let onto a new piece of ground. Whether that's the goats, moving them into a new grazing cell, or an area of woodland that we want them to clear and seeing them enjoy that, or putting the geese onto fresh grazing, or these girls and guys, these hens, putting them onto here and seeing them make use of vegetables that we're no longer eating or that we're no longer selling. You can't help but just stand and watch them. There's something about seeing them enjoying themselves and exploring a new area. It's sunny now.
Ah, nice day. That's what it was meant to be. I was a bit surprised
Yeah.
by the rain earlier. I'm just going to go and take the goats up to the north field,
Okay,
and then we can eat some breakfast.
good.
All right, see you.
Need my breakfast. Right, well, that's the sun out now. Rosa's heading off up the hill. I can hear the gentle tinkle of goat bells, and so she's taking them up to graze in the north field for the day so that we can move their cell. And I just need to head up and let the geese out now before we can have some breakfast. Oh well, the geese hardly said good morning. Rushing off to get some good grazing. That's good to see. Rosa is up there somewhere now with the goats. Pretty easy that was. We've had so much rain recently. You can hear it all in the field drains and ditches that we've got in place here. So it's very nice to see the sun again after a good block of very heavy rainy days. Good morning, folks. We've got a beautiful sunny morning. Wow, that's bright. Sun is a great relief after several days of very heavy rain. There's been widespread flooding across the UK. Luckily nothing too bad for us, although I've never seen so much water on the farm here before, coming down our driveway and down our ditches, which have obviously been put in to handle excess rain. So I'm just doing the morning chores over at the market garden to let out the poultry. I'm on my own here for these last few days. Rosa's visiting her folks down south, so I'm on milking duty as well. So a little bit more. This is frozen shut. The latch is frozen. There we go. Yeah, so I'm on my own, which means I've got to do milking and a few other bits and bobs. Like I say, there's been so much rain recently that we've just sort of been hiding in the house, which we can do a bit more at this time of year since we don't have so many pressing jobs to do, especially around the market garden. God, everything is frozen shut. Oh, bloody hell. Yeah, so hiding out a bit from the rain. So good to see the sun today. Just gonna go and let the chickshaw hens out. It's not looking so great where the hens have been. Started with promise. It's been a good few days that the hens have been in a new plot. There was lots of lovely old salad beds for them to eat, and moving the chickshaw, trundling it along every day just to disperse the manure. But it's not how I'd like it, to be honest, right now. It's got very muddy and compacted already. Coincides with the fact that we've had this very, very heavy rain for the last few days. But all the good work that we've put in to creating these beds and making sure we don't walk on them and keeping them covered, etc., has, I feel, slightly been lost because of having the hens on here. They can cause compaction if we leave them too long and not in the right conditions, and that's exactly what we've done. We've left them in here a bit long, and it's been torrential rain, so the place has got very muddy and wet, exasperated by the chickens, I feel. So ideally it's time to move them on, if we can move the chickshaw. So at times of struggling to move the chickshaw. Now a lot of you in the comments said Justin Rhodes has bigger wheels on his chickshaw, which helps, and yeah, I totally agree, he does. We noticed that, we read his plans, that's how we built the chickshaw, but we couldn't afford those big plastic wheels that he uses. Also trying to source them was quite difficult, so we went with pretty much an enlarged wheelbarrow tire because that's all we had. So I think we might try that. We might try changing to a larger wheel to help with issues such as this, getting stuck in the mud. It's very heavy, the chickshaw itself, which again, Mark, our fantastic volunteer who built it for us, was a bit concerned about the weight and did his best to reduce the timber so that it would be a lighter box to move. Just gonna let these girls out. Why are you standing there talking? Let me out. Anyway, I'll talk more about this subject later. I must get on and milk the goats. I'm not a milker. The way that we run the farm, Rosa and I, we have our separate jobs that we do in the morning and the evening, and dairy is Rosa's thing. Although of course I can step in and help when needed. And did a vlog about that back in the spring, about being able to do your partner's jobs that they do on the farm if they end up being ill, or in Rosa's case if she's just away visiting family. I've learned how to milk alongside Rosa. It's not something I absolutely love doing, and Rosa is very, very good at it. But I'll go and see the goatee girls now and get this done. Good morning. They're like, what? You again? Where's Rosa? I know, it's me milking you girls. Come on then. Come on, Mandy. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah. Alright, back soon, P. Stay cool, Marto. So these girls are great. Mandy just is ready to milk. Come on then, should we go? She's very good at just heading towards the milking parlour. She wants her breakfast. She also wants to be relieved of the milk that's built up in her udder overnight. So she's ready to go. Time to get milking. What do you think? So, clean up her udder. Great thing about goats is they're very clean compared to milking cows. There's a lot less mess to deal with. So you just give her teats and her udder a bit of a clean with a natural cleaner. In this case we've got, I think it's tea tree and something else, lavender, which is very nice. Nice refreshing way to start the day. Look at the right goat. Now to strip out the first bits of milk, just to remove any plug that's formed or any bacteria that might be in there. Okay, Mandy, be good. Don't kick my bucket, please, girl. Cold hands, I know. Cold hands, good girl. Now you're milking. I haven't milked the goats for months, so I'm pleased that they are letting me, for one, and I'm pleased that I remember. But definitely not as fast as Rosa. You know, I quite like it. Said a minute ago it's not really my thing, but actually, you know what? I do quite enjoy it. But I think it's good that we've got our own sort of areas of the farm to concentrate on. Gives us a bit of independence, considering we work together every single day of the year. Mandy's got this stone in her teat, which seems to be a thing that we can get, and there's a technique where I've got to wiggle the teat to get the stone out of the way. I just can't get it this morning, which slows down milking, and I run the risk of Mandy getting a bit bored with me and then getting a bit antsy. I just can't get that. How does Rosa do it? I'm going to wiggle and a push up. Got it. I think I've got it. Great, that's Mandy milked. That went pretty well. Mandy's got this stone in one of her teats that she's had a problem with pretty much since she kidded last year, and that slows down milking quite a bit, especially for me when I'm not very used to handling that. But we managed to get her milked, no kicked bucket, and she's just enjoying her sort of treats that she gets after being milked. And I've given her some cream, some nice rejuvenating udder cream. We'll get her back to the byre and get P out here. P, who's our elderly goat, who still even gives us milk even though she hasn't kidded in years. So we'll get her out here. Thank you, P. Thank you very much. That was nice and easy, as always. P is a very easy goat to milk. Good practice goat, aren't you? Yeah, you're a good girl. Good girl. We've got this jacket on P. When we bought the goats 2 years ago, they arrived in winter, and P arrived with this jacket on, and so we stick it on when it gets cold. She is an elderly lady and she does feel the cold a bit more, so this is I think this is like a pony jacket. I'm not a horsey person, so, but my guess is this is for like a pony, small pony, Shetland or something. But I think we're trying to have a look to see if we can actually get goat covers. It's a little bit ridiculous, but it keeps it warm. Right, get P back to the byre, let the geese out, have breakfast. What are you saying? Wondering where Rosa is? She's in London. Great, that's the chores done for the morning. Oh, you got a bit of breath. Yeah, getting a bit fresh. That's the chores done. So get to go in and have my breakfast now. These guys are pretty happy. Little Myrtle. Open the camera when I eat that microphone shield. You got a big nose, haven't you? Steaming up my lens, missus. Steaming up my lens, missus. Enough of that shenanigans. I don't cuddle goats. Bye. Rosa's just sent me a message from down south asking if I can flip her cheeses for her. So the cheeses are here in our cold room, which is this purpose-built above ground cellar, pantry, cold room, whatever you want to call it. We've done a vlog about it, which you can check out here. So this is where Rosa keeps her cheese. We haven't got a dedicated cheese cave area of the cold room yet, but that's what we'd love to do. So at the moment, she uses Tupperware boxes, plastic boxes as a cheese cave. You can see them all here behind me. So that's the cheeses there. Looking absolutely amazing. Very proud of Rosa's achievements with the cheese. Although I don't think it's these ones she meant. She said the ones in the plastic molds. I think they're actually in the kitchen. So this is where the magic starts. So 3 little cheeses here in the plastic cheese molds. So I've just got to carefully tip them out, and apparently following the instructions, the method is to turn the plastic molds upside down and just balance the cheeses on top. Alright folks, I hope you enjoyed that catch-up vlog. As always, if you liked the video, then please give it a like. If you're not subscribing, then please subscribe, and we'll catch you next time.
Bye.
See ya.